Danny?
Hello. Check. Can everybody hear me?
Crystal.
Mic check. Got you guys.
Crystal. Well, Brad, congratulations on a victory over the returning Chris Weidman. I guess emotions, on your end from what's happening back home, but also, fighting someone like Chris. I guess emotionally, how are you feeling now after getting through this fight? We can get into victory.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I was telling Chris after the fight, like, dude, the whole week we kept running into each other, and prior to this, we haven't really we've met before, but we've never really, talked and conversated and whatnot. And dude is such a nice guy. So literally before the fight, if you guys watch it back, I was in there and I was talking to myself because I had to make sure I got it out of my mind. Hey, this guy's here to hurt you. I got to go out there and kill him. You know what I mean? I met his wife. His wife is from Hawaii, so, there's already that connect. And then Chris is telling me, he's like, bro, I think my wife was saying that you guys are third cousins. I was like, I wouldn't doubt it. But, yeah, everything, freaking UFC. They put on, right before I walked out, they showed the promo to this shirt, and they showed the fires, and that was a little emotional for me, but had to keep it together, unless you guys know people back home in Hawaii and are hearing it from ground zero, what the media is reporting is not even close to how bad it is. It's bad. The things they're finding. I just seen one this morning. I think he was I don't know how old he was, either in 8th grade or 8 years old, something like that. He must have been in 8th grade, but he was still last day of summer break or something, and he was home, and his mom had to find his body burnt next to their family dog. I couldn't imagine. So yeah, I was hoping that we would get interviewed after, so I could just help keep passing the message, that the people of Lahaina and Maui are still in need. They're dealing with some crazy things. They're right now they're saying, oh, the confirmed total, and I understand. Confirmed means bodies they can match with identities is at 100 something, but when this is all said and done, it's going to be in between 700 and 1,000 people.
Are you getting messages throughout the week too, during this, of people that are still back home for you?
Yeah. So luckily for me, my wife is from Maui, and luckily all of our close friends, immediate friends and family are safe and okay, but they're still helping and dealing with it. My father-in-law, he's running the what do you call it? The shelter, I guess you could say, at War Memorial. He's telling us the things that they're coming in and having to, these people that might have not been directly affected as far as losing loved ones or their house or belongings, they're still going to need to decompress, just because they're seeing it firsthand. They're seeing these people that did lose everything come in. There's been already a few suicides. I think the last number I heard was 6, because they lost everything. They lost their family, so they took their own lives. It's bad.
Is any part of you, you obviously you want to monitor what's happening back there, but do you have to turn that off at some point, because it is fight week? And
yes. So definitely I had to disconnect from kind of stay off of the social media feed, because everybody's just posting and posting and posting. So I kind of just stick to my thing, post my thing, kind of watch some funny stuff or whatever, to keep it light, because the first few days I just had to stay off. I'll post whatever I wanted to post that day, and then it's too much. It's hard, and then you instantly relate to these people. I'm a father of 2, so anytime I hear, oh, this person lost their kids, the things that they're seeing, families, adults with their kids burnt to a crisp in a car. You know what I mean? Can you imagine that? It's crazy. It's like a war zone out there, and this kind of stuff is not supposed to happen.
Yeah. My condolences to you and your people. But back to taking it to the fight world.
Yeah.
What did it mean to get a win over Chris Weidman? Obviously, a legend of the sport, a former champion.
Yeah, huge for me. I didn't want to give him too much credit leading up to the fight. I didn't want to put some air in his sails more than it needed to be. But I told him right after, I was like, bro, I really look up to you. One of my favorite fighters, all-time favorite fighters, is Anderson Silva. And for him to dethrone Anderson, who I see as the GOAT of MMA, that says a lot about him. So I told him, I was like, bro, you're a living legend. I told his kids, I was like, hey, your pops is a living legend. You know, like, he came up short tonight, but be proud of this man because of what he's accomplished. And dude, it was pissing me off, honestly. Like, everybody, when I'll do interviews, not everybody, but a lot of the questions asked to me are like, oh, you know, he's coming off of this long layoff. He's older. He's this, he's that. He broke his leg. Like, bro, they're just writing the dude off. It's like, fuck, like, he's, like, you guys, like, just treat him as if he's done. You know what I mean? And he showed tonight that he wasn't. Like, I hit him with some crazy leg kicks. In the second round, I hit him with one, and I told his corner, I said, hey, throw in the towel. Because I thought for sure, I seen his reaction, and I thought for sure, like, one or two more of those, he was done. Like, his leg is going to be damaged. And he kept going. He switched stance. He made the adjustment. Like, dude, that impressed me. He made the adjustment to southpaw. That kind of, like, threw things off for myself. And then at one point in the fight, I kicked him in his leg, and he's like, come on, like, do it again, come on. And I was like, damn, like, see, don't write this dude off.
And you're a veteran. You've done so much in the sport, but where would you rank this win in your career?
Oh, over a former champion. And again, like I just said, he dethroned the GOAT. So this is up there for me.
Yeah. And this might be a little bit of a weird question for us, like watching whenever you were kicking his legs, we were all kind of like, you know, wincing a little bit because of, you know, the leg break that he had in his last fight. Wondering, you delivering them, do you go through that? I know that's your job, obviously, but like,
not
kind of like a ruthless.
Yeah.
No
At the end of the day, I don't think he'll feel bad in the moment trying to break my leg. You know what I mean? And obviously that's not what I wanted to see happen, but that is the intent behind it. When I am kicking somebody, I like, it's bad intentions. I do want to hurt them. This is fighting. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a team sport. This is not like, okay, yeah, don't hit you too hard. No, it's fighting. You're trying to hurt the other person. So 100%. Like, again, I love Chris. I have nothing but respect to him. I freaking hung out with, like, him and his kids at, like, the weigh-ins and stuff. Got to know them a little bit. So, yeah, it was definitely different. I've not had that experience, really. But, yeah, I was out there to hurt him.
Lastly, what do you want next?
I'm going to go back with my team. Eric's sitting back there because I'm sure he has a note of all our next opponents. So we'll go back, enjoy this W, and then sit down and talk about what's next.
Brad, one more in the front right here.
Yeah.
Are you able to go back to Maui at all or Hawaii, or is it just too dangerous to go back there?
No, you are. But at the same time, so we hadn't intended to go back to Maui after this fight. We had other plans. And then when all of this happened, obviously we feel bad. We want to help. So we kind of talked about it. But at the same time, it's like, if we are going to go back but without intention, like, then I feel like we're just kind of taking up space, you know, unless we know that, okay, they need volunteers at War Memorial or wherever it is, handing out supplies or helping cook for people or whatever. And then the other thing that we forgot is that school just started, so my daughter's in school, so it's like, we can't just go back and miss a whole bunch of school. So I don't think right now we'll go back. If something comes up to where a family is in need or our family needs our help, like, you know, because like I said, they're there helping families still. So if something like that comes up, 100% we'll go back.
Brad, right here. Not seems silly to change topics, but
No.
To go to fighting. Just one question. During the pre-fight talk, Chris Weidman mentioned that he was very surprised that your fight was on the prelims. He was kind of upset about that. What was your thoughts on that?
At the end of the day, I don't really let that stuff bother me. I believe it was because initially slated, we were going to be the fight before the co-main. You know, that's why they shot the countdown on us. Things change. People this, that, whatever. You know, that's on the UFC. To me, I don't care if we're the first fight or the last fight. Unless we're the main event, getting that extra 25K, then it doesn't matter to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just want to know your thoughts on the upcoming title fight between Israel Adesanya and Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland, baby, let's go. It's going to be a tough fight for him, but Sean Strickland is my teammate, is my homie. You know, sometimes I love him, sometimes I hate him. Sometimes I love to hate him. But I'm behind him 100%. I'm going to let my legs heal up because my legs are sore from all the kicks I threw tonight. And as soon as I'm able, I'm going to get right back in the gym and help him prepare for Adesanya.
Brad, over here. Have you seen the stuff Conor McGregor's been posting about you on Twitter? He seems like he's really going in on you.
On me?
Yeah.
About what?
I don't know, but he said you were like he was not complimentary of your performance. He called you an arsewipe. He was really going in.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that.
Are you surprised? Is there any?
Oh.
Is there any like background with you, Conor? Because he said like Tavares is an arsewipe anyway, as if like he's had a problem with you for ages.
Oh, news to me. But hey, you know Conor's a money fight, so if that's where he wants to go with it, come up to 185, big boy. Let's go. You don't need a USADA test. Let him juice up all he wants. We'll do it at 185. I'll freaking smash his little Irish ass. No, not at all.